Beep.
Babe,
Welcome back
welcome back
to the Lousy Show.
to the Lousy Show.
Yep. Hoodie gang, hoodie gang, hoodie gang.
Hoodie gang, hoodie gang.
Hoodie
Although,
gang.
technically there's no reason to wear a hoodie today here. It was 96. But that AC be cranking, so I'm a little cold.
It's fair. Well, I mean, in fairness, Sam. So the reason I'm wearing a hoodie is solely because as we were getting ready to record, I noticed that all the brightness in my camera was just absolutely fucked, and that's because I'm wearing a white t-shirt. And all of the light was being caught by my shirt, making everything else super dark. As a matter of fact, I could, in fact, bring my brightness down just a little bit, but I won't because it'll be easier for you to edit later. But he convinced me to grab a hoodie, so I grabbed a hoodie.
Gotta be in the comfy gang, like
Facts.
hoodies always goated.
Although I will say, like, the weather here. So I was running errands earlier, and like spent all morning relaxing. Like, it's Labor Day weekend here, so this is like, this is like a bonus Friday for me. So this morning I got up. I slept in, first of all.
Yeah.
Got up, hung out with the boys, and just relaxed. And I relaxed probably until like 3 in the afternoon, which is unheard of for me. Then I got up, went and ran errands, and as I was on my way back, I realized it was like 7:30. I was on my way back from the store, had the windows down. Oh, dude, the crisp air.
Oh yeah.
I got a fall boner, dude. I was like,
dude,
yes.
yeah. That's been every night here, man, because it's like in the 50s, sometimes touching 40, like high 40s. And every time I'm like that, I just go outside and just, yes, give me more. I could snort some pumpkin right now.
Shoves an entire pumpkin up his ass.
Yep. My wife legit went to Starbucks on the day they dropped the PSL.
I don't look. Everybody's got their thing. Not me. Maybe it's just me. I don't dig the flavor. I've had a PSL. Wasn't for me.
I'm not a huge fan either. It's all right. Although like pumpkin muffins, pumpkin pie,
I'll fuck up some pumpkin muffins.
I will destroy.
Pumpkin seeds.
My dryer
Roasted punk
is freaking the fuck out right now. That's why you might have seen me do this. I was like, what the hell is that noise? It is. Oh, there's a bath mat in there. That's why. Yeah, so right now I'm like,
yep.
I shouldn't be hearing that right now. Anyway, sorry about
slow chugs.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. First of all, let us know in the comments if you dig PSL. Second, join the Discord by clicking the link in the description and drop your hoodie selfie in the selfies channel, because you know what? I'll do this. Y'all are gonna see it in live time. I'm gonna do this. Sam, you should do the same. I know you don't like taking selfies, but you should join me on this. Bang.
We'll see if I post it. Let's see.
Real time.
I hit the wrong button. I don't take selfies.
And then we go.
Okay.
Real time recording. Hoodie gang selfie. Let's see those hoodies. So here's how this is going to work is we're going to have a batch of people dropping hoodie selfies now. And then when this comes out on Tuesday and anybody joins a server from it, then you also drop your hoodie selfie. And if you already did, drop another one, because why not?
Exactly what he said.
And help me convince Sam to post his.
We'll see about that.
At Noti Gang. I'll do Noti Gang because they rep the Noties.
Yep.
Real Tome. I misspelled. I said Real Tome. That's funny. Anyways, yes. Click the link in the description. Join the Discord. Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. The whole purpose is hoodies.
No, it's for the let's see your hoodies thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, something.
You totally said that before I took the selfie.
Yeah. Like I said, help me convince him to actually post a selfie. Yeah, I don't remember the last time you ever actually posted a selfie.
2014.
One that
Probably.
you actually took of you. Like
2014, probably.
that's fair. That's
like
fair.
literally 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Back when it was like actually on the rise.
That, and it was just, that's when I was the last time that I actually gave a shit about social media, and then I stopped giving a shit.
Oh, that's very fair.
So.
No, like y'all want to know somebody who doesn't like, and I mean does not interact with social media? That guy right there.
What's up? You're boomer here.
And honestly, I respect it too, because like I hate to say it, but I mean, a part of my job is to deal with social media. So that's that. There's that. Like I make actual 9-to-5 money dealing with social media, but for my own personal effects, like I hate the fact that I'm so into social media sometimes.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking downer.
Usually, yeah, which is why
like,
I don't really fuck with it.
Like I hate to say this, but the internet's been consumed by, and I mean, we all saw this trend happening, but it's been consumed by like one of three things: either life hacks or like cooking tutorials and shit within that life hack realm, because those are considered hacks on how to make certain plates and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking e-thoughts, which nothing wrong with SWs out there. Nothing wrong with SWs. But like they're like, there's a difference in my opinion between an e-thought and an SW.
Yeah.
And a lot of people put them together. I don't do that. If you do SW, hey, good on you, because ain't for me, but I respect it. But no, e-thoughts and then the fucking everybody who believes everything they read on Facebook. Like,
yeah, I'll go on Facebook every now and then just to look at the bullshit people are posting.
Yeah.
Just to, really bring myself down a peg or two. It's not fun. I wanted to delete it so many times, but there's a few varying reasons why I can't, but maybe one day we'll see.
I mean, well, and I think I know at least a couple of those reasons, and that's respectful as to why, or respectable rather, as to why you don't. But just because you have it doesn't mean you have to use it.
Oh yeah. Like, I haven't posted, like I'll like things every now and then if somebody tags me in it,
like,
maybe throw a comment, but I'm not posting anything.
No, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's like for me, like when I was streaming, I was using Twitter, and I have no purpose for Twitter now. Like, like the only reason I'm on Twitter is to follow along with wrestling stuff, which yes, I watch wrestling. And then keep up with some friends who are still in the industry as far as like streaming, because they still use that, and so I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, like I'll post. I don't give a shit. And then like, but I mean, even on Instagram, I very rarely post on Instagram, and I used to be like heavy into Instagram.
Yep.
And I barely post on there. I think the only reason I post on there is like maybe a generational update of like, hey, yeah, I think the last three actually, as a matter of fact, hold on, I can tell you.
I think your last post was about y'all moving or something.
Nah,
like that.
so within, so the last 10 posts, no, that's 11 posts. I used to post almost 2 to 3 times a day, and within the last 11 posts, the 11th one, technically the first of the 11 that I posted in chronological order, was us buying a house.
Yeah.
To give you and that was months ago, to give you the idea of where I am. And usually it's more of like a photo dump of like, hey friends, anybody want to see what I'm up to? Here you go. Yeah. So, but outside of that, like I use Facebook Marketplace, and even that's becoming shitty. This episode wasn't even about social media, but this is actually a good topic.
Yep, no, I'm down for it. We can maybe roll in the planned topic into it here in a little bit, because it might kind of track.
I've noticed we've done that before, where we'll like get on a tangent about something and talk about it for like 20-30 minutes, and then all of a sudden at the end be like, oh yeah, here's the topic for today.
Yeah. Magnets, right? How do those work anyway? On to the next.
Right. No, I think with social media, man, like even with Facebook Marketplace, I mean I can say this very plainly. I'm a Facebook Marketplace slut. Like,
yeah, 100%.
I will, I will find me a fucking deal on there, and like, because my biggest thing is patience. Patience in that you will find good shit.
Yeah.
I have found many good things. As a matter of fact, this is one of those things that's sitting right next to me. Y'all can see it. It's my next build that I'm working on, which is one that Sam's actually already built. It's the Millennium Falcon. The smaller one. Yeah.
Got that one right there.
Yep.
And see it right there.
Oh yeah, they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe depends. I might scooch myself a little bit if I have to.
Wide angle it.
Yeah. It is a podcast, man.
That's fair.
Anyway.
No, like I found that on there, and I'll find a bunch of other things. But like shit, I just remember this like today. So our youngest is out of his bassinets now. He's in his crib, so we have no purpose for the bassinets anymore.
Uh-huh.
I posted them to Facebook Marketplace. Said fuck it, let's go ahead and get them sold. Somebody hits me up. Hey, is this still available? Like, yeah, absolutely. And I'm thinking, sweet, like cool. Somebody's already on it. Awesome. And conversation continues, and they say, can I pay you through Venmo? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, not a problem. They're like, cool, I can't come give it today. Is it okay if my friend comes and gets it tomorrow for me? I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I've done that. If I can't go get something, somebody will go get it for me. Not a big deal. And the individual goes, okay, what's your Venmo? And I was like, oh yeah, here you go. And I send them my Venmo. I was like, if you want to just send the payment now, like, I'll keep the chat open. I'll mark it as pending so this doesn't get deleted. And then we could stay in contact so your friend can come get it tomorrow, and I'll just make sure nobody else gets it. Like if somebody hits me up for it, I was like, nope, it's already sold, like just pending for their pickup.
Yeah.
They quote unquote send me money, and they go, oh, I need your email address, and send me a screenshot saying that Venmo required my email address attached to the account. And I was like, that's weird, but I guess like for security measures, maybe, because they're I've seen where you have to get like the last 4 numbers of the phone number of that individual and things like that. So I'm like, it's whatever. So I sent them my email, and they go, okay, I sent you payment. And right as their message came through, an email pops up from Venmo Financial Services.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's odd. So I click it, and I didn't even read the email. The first thing I did was hit the little drop down to see what email it was. It said Venmo Financial Services.net@gmail.com. And I was like, you motherfuckers are getting dumber by the day. I swear.
Well, I'll give them respect though, because they at least tried with the Venmo Financial Services part. Like some of them are just like random ass spam emails. Like, or like it'll be like Deborah King at gmail.com or something like that. It's like, no, that's not you. That's not you, man.
Yep.
So yeah, very clearly a scam attempt there.
Dude, as soon as I opened up, it was funny. As soon as I saw that email, the first thing I did was like, let me check their account. I go pull it up because the picture was like, the name was like, it was a fake name. So it was like Phil Martin or whatever the fuck. I don't know. And so I like opened the Facebook account, because these scammers out here, they don't lock their profiles. You can see their profiles.
Yeah.
And as soon as I open up, the first thing I see is it's an older white dude who, like, I'm not profiling, but the guy in the picture would look like he's like a true red-blooded American kind of guy.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah. And his wife, who's like, darling, I'm going to help you make that pie today. Like that kind of family. And shout out to them, because those pies be banging. But like the friends, none of them lived in this country.
No.
None of them, dude. I was just like, because I even went and I like clicked on them. I was like, let me see real quick. None of them live in this country. And I was like, okay. So the first thing I sent back was like when he said, I sent the money. Did you get it? I responded with LMAO. Nice try, loser. That email actually looks kind of legit. And as soon as I sent that, boom, they left the conversation. Like it was no time, just boom, gone.
Yeah.
So gotta look out for that shit.
Yep. They're getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like better and better, but worse and worse at the same time. Like you see a lot of like the really good thought out ones, and then a lot of like the really shitty ones.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Just the spectrum of it.
The one thing I've noticed, especially speaking on Marketplace, I personally have I found this out today. On the seller's side, I have a 5-star rating. On the buyer's side, I have a 4.8. And I was curious. I was like, I thought I was a good buyer. Let me go see. And a funny quick story. So you know this. I think I've talked about this to the Lousy listeners, but we of course converted that into our game room. Well, one of the things we needed was a big table because I play D&D a lot, and we like when you have a party of 5 plus the DM, like you need to have a table big enough to fit everybody.
Yeah.
So I went on Marketplace, searching, looking for all kinds of stuff, and found a table. Actually, as a matter of fact, speaking on friends picking things up, Greg, who is residing in our basement at this time, he was like, I'll go get it for you, like not a big deal, just tell me where to go. And I asked him, I said, cool, what is there anything we need to do or just haul it off? They were like, nope, just got to be able to have something to haul it off in. All right, well, we had a truck, so that's all we needed. He shows up and immediately is met with an old woman who apparently like gave him the vibe of, what are you doing here, peasant? Like he goes and looks at the table and immediately messaged me. He's like, this thing is beat to hell. Like, this is not the way they pictured it in the, like they prosed it in the pictures.
Yeah.
Because he was even saying, he's like, in order to get this out of here, I'm gonna have to take this apart, and these bolts are all like fucked. Like some of them are bent. And I immediately was just like, okay. I would say don't worry about the table then. He leaves. He tells me, he goes, hey, just a heads up, like we're not getting the table. This isn't as it was advertised. Like, thank you anyway. Oh, I forgot. One of the comments that the mom made to him was like, is it just you here to take it? He goes, yeah. She goes, you didn't bring any help? He goes, wasn't told to. So fast forward, he leaves. He calls me and he was like, yo, the chick who posted this was on the phone with her mom going off about how we're idiots because we did like, we only sent one person to go get this thing and all this nonsense, but didn't, take the time to let us know that the table needed to be taken apart, let alone the fact that it was busted. She messages me and goes off on me saying how I wasted her time, how I'm inconsiderate because I sent one person to go get it, all this other nonsense. And I was like, ma'am, I'm looking back at our message thread here. Not once did you tell me we needed any extra help. Not all you said in verbatim was we just need a truck. So she gets all pissy, goes, I'm talking bling, 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 messages. Blessing me up one side and down the other, blocks me, and then leaves me a 1-star review. And I was just like,
there's that 4.8.
Damn. So, but hey, that's how you play the game sometimes.
Can't please them all.
No. I have the hat for that right there.
We know. Yep.
Yep. But to bring it back, because I kind of went off on a tangent there. Like social media as a whole, like I get why you don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Knowing who you are, like
I very much do everything in my power to stay away from drama and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for that. I don't want to care about it. Just anything. I don't have I have a lot of patience, but I don't have a lot of patience for that. So yeah, I actively avoid it 100%. So, and that's a good reason why I'm not really on social media, is because of that.
Yeah. Well, and admittedly, like, I'll say you rubbed off on me because once upon a time, like to give y'all a little bit of history of Sam and I here, we've touched on our friendship before. Like we've made jokes, especially when we were still in the studio. We have had episodes where we talked about our long and arduous friendship.
Yeah.
But one thing, like I remember back when we were much younger, especially like in our late teens, early 20s, was like, and I hate myself for this. Like everybody can, hindsight's 2020. You can look back on yourself and be like, man, you were fucking stupid. But I lived for that. Like it was almost infectious where I was like, if I sniffed it out, I'm like, there's drama afoot. Yes. Yeah. Like, and you would be like, no, like, I don't want anything to do with that. Nope. And it wasn't until probably I was like 28, 29 that I got out of the social media sphere as such. It was especially after I left the band I was playing with for 7 years.
Yeah.
Which we might talk about that one day. Who knows? But because Sam and I have a long history of music playing.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't until I got out of that I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't care about band drama. I'll shit. If I want to watch some news, I'll watch about music. I'll watch on YouTube or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't care about band drama. I don't care about social drama. Like, no. Like, and that's kind of where I've resided. Like, even at this point, if I see drama on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Move
back
on.
to my normal day. Like,
Yeah. I mean, where we grew up too was easy to get into that drama. I mean, we lived in a small town, so like, it was very easy to get into drama because there wasn't really anything else to do. Right? There was either did meth or got on a drug. No, I'm just kidding.
actually,
but some people chose meth, unfortunately.
some would say they made the smarter choice.
Honestly. Next episode, we try meth. No, just kidding.
Whoa! I'm just imagining. Imagine we did an episode where it was a truly lousy episode where you and I both just like take like a handful of edibles and see who crashes first. Kind of like the Try Guys picking out who's high. Like,
Yeah.
just me and you like, hang on.
Who's
slowly
higher?
slumping.
I know. I think you would die first. You get the giggles a little too easily, and then
Oh,
you
God,
would just
yeah, dude.
die of suffocation, probably.
Oh,
Lack of oxygen
dude.
to the brain.
You remember that one time I about gave myself a fucking like seizure from that shit?
Which time? There's a few.
There was a few. Yeah. No,
There's
I
quite
remember
a
one
few.
particular. I came over to your house. We were like, I think we were like still in high school. I came over to your house. It was either high school or college. I came over to your house and I was like, we were. This is back when you were in the basement room.
Yeah.
And you were at your desk and I had a TV here in front of me and you had said something that put me into fucking stitches. And I remember I blacked out for a second. And when I came back to, I was still like Joker, like just, and I look over at you and you're just like horrified. Like,
That was the most purple I'd ever seen you.
yeah, are you okay?
It was always kind of a thing to try to kind of gas you up and like, get you to squeal, honestly, because like you laugh funny.
I do laugh funny.
Especially back in the day, the little dolphin squeak, God.
Mm-hmm.
But so we tried hard, but that was, I'd never seen you, I don't think, get that close to actually passing out.
Yeah. No, it was a terrifying experience. I will fully admit. Like that's not something I would like to do regularly. But no, shit, where were we on that conversation? Oh yeah, no, but talking about our hometown, like to your point, it really was a small town. Like anything happens, hundreds of people know in the matter of an hour. Like,
Yep.
and then by each hour, that's doubling, tripling even, somehow, some way. And then when social media was invented, oh my God, like you want to talk about lightning fast? That shit was out.
Instant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I remember, a very, very quick story. I remember, do you remember the church I used to go to when I played the band there? Way back when we were teenagers?
Yeah.
The one that ostracized me. They
Yep.
kicked me out like I was a fucking leper because they like, I questioned my beliefs and they were like, all right, well, you can't play in our band no more. Not saying all like that. I've already made that statement before. Please don't come after me. But like, I remember the pastor of that church, I was actively trying to date his niece and I didn't know that they were related. And the night that I broke up, broke up. The night that I like finally broke it off with her, I was like, I'm not trying with you anymore. I'm done with you. This is over. Left her in fucking tears because we've all been there. If you've ever done this to someone, you're shitty. But if you've ever been in this position, I feel for you, where you have like this individual who you're just like, my heart, I was like, I could see us together, and like they just string you along. and you're too fucking puppy loved up to you're just like I can't escape this. I just like like it's just they string you along. So I finally just said fuck it, I'm not doing this with you anymore. I'm out. Like, because I remember I think it was something along the lines of she was with another dude and stringing me along at the same time, and I didn't know about the other dude until this day. I stopped talking to her. I was like, I'm done with you, I'm out. I left to go to church that night. It was no more than an hour or two later to go to the Wednesday service. Pastor pulls me aside. Why'd you do that to my niece? Huh? You would talk about the like I was just like, what?
Yep.
And I was just baffled, one, by the fact that I found out that way that they were related, two, by the fact that he knew that fast.
I'm assuming cry to parents tell.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty quick line, but
yeah. But still, like
your neighbor that didn't know you two were even talking coming over to you and being like, why'd you do that? Because that shit would happen too.
I mean, social media, dude, back in the day. I feel like social media back in the day, though, was like simpler, like.
MySpace
it was filled with drama.
Goated.
Oh, absolutely.
MySpace days were goated.
100%. But except for the drama of having to pick your friends.
There was the drama of like the top 8 or whatever the fuck it was called. That caused some drama for sure.
Why am I not your top friend anymore, dude? I thought we were pals, dude.
Well, bro, you didn't save me some fucking chicken or some shit like that.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair and just here. Social media, the invention of social media wasn't for us to stay connected. No. It was an actual social experiment to see how quickly we would devolve back into chimps. Like it was just like us flinging shit at each other over the dumbest of things.
Yep.
Yeah. And only the true, gigabrain chads were able to rise above and go, I will not be foiled by this mere social media.
Is that you? Or
that's you.
That's me. Oh,
that's you.
Didn't realize I was Giga Chad over here.
But no, I do respect it. I do, because it took me a long time to figure it out, understand why. Yeah. But I respect your reasoning behind it. Like, it's one of those things I would never actually pressure you to try and get into. Now, I will say, sometimes, because this is a conversation you and I have had before, some would say Discord is a form of social media.
Yep.
And you fucking hate posting.
I do. Now
you have gotten better. I
asked me to get better. I got better. So
I want to say this. I did ask you. So when we officially made the server, the Lousy server, I had a conversation with you. I was like, hey, just want to be clear and frank. I don't want to be the only one doing this shit. And you went, yep, I hear you. I'm with you. And you've gotten a lot better. And I'm proud of you for that.
I even posted a selfie just now. You all saw it.
I'll give you the fact that it's a selfie.
It's a selfie.
I'll give you the fact that it's a selfie, but the fact that it's not a non-hoodie selfie really blows my mind.
I'll put my hood on next time.
Sure. But
I ain't posting. No, I mean,
right. No, I like I said, I'm proud of you because that's one of those things where I think you saw the necessity behind it.
Yeah.
Especially for the show. And that's a different angle than us having to worry about getting a dramatic bullshit on Facebook, That's also part of why if I'm being fair and honest here, that's also part of why I don't like posting our shit to Instagram. I've tried, but I'm just it's a cesspool, man.
Instagram's weird. It just seems like an extension of Facebook. It's just every post is a photo for the most part, So
you could take that even further and say it's an extension of TikTok because all people do is just fucking download the TikToks they see on there and then repost them on Instagram.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's that classic joke of Instagram's kind of like Internet Explorer, and it's posting all the memes from 2 years ago.
Yep.
Like TikTok already saw this, blah blah blah. So it's I rarely look at Instagram stories. That one I've gotten that stories list curated pretty well to where it's not showing me a bunch of bullshit. So that one's not too bad. It's mostly like F1 PNW hikes, bourbon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it cycles through those, and it'll show me like a random one every now and then. But that was not too bad. TikTok lately has been weird. You know,
The TikTok algo's been fucked, dude.
yeah, it thinks I like, probably from how it's made, if I had to guess, but like any kind of like Chinese manufacturing plant that posts its thing, I get it, and I don't know why. Like I never once, I don't really like anything except for our posts, and then sometimes like, you know, a couple other little things, but
yeah,
I usually like, I don't do anything like that, and I've told it like, no, I'm not interested in this shit with every single one of them, and it's still showing it to me. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
yeah. Well, that's, I mean, to your point about the Instagram, like curating your timeline, I've done that where mine's narrowed down to like the key things that I enjoy, like Legos, sports, D&D. I don't even have video game stuff rolling on there anymore because I don't really follow anybody video game wise on Instagram. Like, if I'm going to do video games, I'm going to see it on the computer. But like beyond that, I think it's, I mean, maybe the occasional like clip from a show.
Yeah.
Based on what I've watched, like occasionally you'll see one pop up and I'm like, oh, that's a show I might watch. Okay, cool. But on TikTok, dude, I don't know if it's like this for you. I don't know if it's like this for y'all out there. Let us know in the comments. Every second or third fucking TikTok. Oh my God. I got this fucking dry erase marker on the TikTok shop. Let me tell you why it's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand it.
That there was one I found literally today. It was a legit scam. It was the, you know, now the trend is like the vertical wood wall panel looking things for sound. They look sick. And so of course, like, you know, I've stopped and looked at those when they post them because I'm like, oh, those look cool. And there was one, it's like as low as $16. I'm like, for those things, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
And I go in and look, and so it's like $120 for a 2-pack of like, you know, an 8-foot panel or 6-foot panel or something like that. And then the cheapest one is a sample pack. And I'm like, that's fucking, and the creator that's posting about it, he's like, I got this exact 2 wall panel for $16 on the TikTok shop. It's crazy. I'm like, you're just legitimately lying. And I hope you get your shit pushed in.
Honestly, dude, there's no restrictions on that shit.
Yeah. Wait,
so
yeah,
that's
because that's straight up lying. It's false advertising. Like, how is that okay? I can see why boomers kind of want to ban the TikTok app now.
Yeah,
because
like,
of that, you know.
Well, so one of the things I've noticed, and this may be by different vendors. So my personal TikTok has like 15.5K followers. And that's because of what I did before, you know, posting clips on there and such. But once you hit 10K, which we have this ability to do this on ours now, you will never see us fucking do this on ours, by the way. Just putting that out there now. I love making money doing content. I will never try and fuck over our viewership by fucking peddling bullshit on TikTok. But when I hit 10K on mine, it was when the TikTok shop really started getting booming. And so vendors can send you like options. And when you read into the parameters of what you have to say, not one single fucking time does it tell you to not false advertise. You could post a TikTok right now saying, I got a bag of these puffy Skittles, these dry froze Skittles for $1.50, and it's a 3-pound bag, and the motherfucker could be $30, and they're like, nope, as long as we're getting clicks, because that's what brings people in. As long as they click that little fucking bar over your name that has the item that all they do is go boop boop, and they buy it, that's all they fucking want. And it's false advertising, it's bullshit, it is infuriating, because you and I remember, and I'm sure a lot of you remember, back when TikTok didn't have the TikTok shop, and it was creators making funny content or fun content or dramatic content and things that you could sit down and watch for a fucking hour, just doom scrolling through TikTok. And guess what? Some of it was informative. It was actually good. It was fun. And now it's just bullshit.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Hell, the TikTok creator fund isn't even worth for creators anymore.
No.
I've seen multiple creators who are making a living on TikTok, making content, doing what they love to do, making legitimate content, and they all had to either like plant themselves over to YouTube or branch out in hopes that other platforms would like boom up for them as well and try and supplement the income they were losing, because the TikTok creator program absolutely decimated how much they were making.
Damn.
All to put in place the fucking TikTok shop.
I miss
Social
mine.
media is a drag, man. Like, yes.
Yeah. Honestly, that was some of the best times. Like I said, MySpace was goated, but
Yes.
it's not the same.
Well, I mean, hell, even the first iteration of Facebook was cool, because at least back then it was just like, okay, cool. Here's my info. Like,
yeah, that was genuinely just actual social content, I guess you could say, but then it expanded into basically just advertising to you, and everything revolves around advertising, unfortunately.
And the worst thing too is, especially this time of the year, all social media has fucking politics, man.
Yeah.
You mix those two things together and it's just a fucking disaster.
I mean, everybody's all brave behind a keyboard where it's relatively anonymous, like it's not, but it is. So there's not somebody that's going to be, screaming at you in your face.
Yep.
So
but I think we should end this on a high note.
What's that?
The original thing we were going to talk about today, but social media became a thing. And honestly, it was a great conversation.
Yeah.
So to end us on a high note, because social media is a fucking drag, and we appreciate everybody who's joined our server. There's one thing I know, Sam, you can 100% back me up on, is that our server is, I'm not going to call it a safe place. It's a haven for everyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what background you have, what religious values you hold, what political side you stand on. It doesn't matter what football team you follow. It doesn't matter, what color your hair is, or, what size shoes you wear. It doesn't fucking matter. None of that fucking matters. It's a place for you to come hang out and have a good time and be lousy with us. So, with that being said, one of the things we enjoy the most is how positive our community can be, and how loving our community can be. And something happened to me today.
Oh, yeah?
Positive and loving. And it's very simple, but I think it's something that we all often forget. I got complimented on my truck today. And I know that may sound very simple, materialistic.
Yeah.
But as someone who takes pride in the things that he has worked hard for, because I think everybody should. I think you should be proud of what you do and what you accomplish. When the individual complimented, he was like, man, that's a nice truck. And I'm going to admit, I was like, mine? Me?
Talk about me?
And it just felt good. It
Yeah.
felt good to get that compliment. And then on the flip side of that, I paid that forward by seeing what I saw. It was like a big old 2022 black, like Dodge Ram. It was like a big old truck.
Hey, douchebags drive those trucks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I compliment douchebags. So, but this gentleman was driving his truck, and the funny part was he was in a parking lot. Like, he was in his driver's seat. The truck was on. And he was getting ready to move forward, and I pulled up next to him. And I was like, I just took the point to roll his window. He was like, and he put his window. I was like, hey, that's a nice truck, dude. And he was like, thank you, man. Hell yeah. Like, it was like you could see the confusion went to like, oh damn, okay, cool. Like, he was happy. And so, that's one thing I'll say is, I think we joked about this before, but I feel like far too often than not, we as a society oftentimes see strangers and just automatically just kind of, and don't want to really say anything.
Yeah.
But you don't know how that person's day is going. You don't know, like, what's happening in their lives right now. You don't know what's going on. I think that we should share more compliments. Like,
Yep. I agree with that. For the most part, I don't like talking to people.
Well, you're very introverted.
Yeah.
Like, that's understandable coming from you.
Yeah. But when I was working and like talking to customers and stuff, I'd usually try to find something to compliment, like, like a background on their phone, or if they
Yeah.
rolled up in a nice truck, be like, "Hey, like your truck, man."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I got a compliment for my truck right before we moved from Texas. I was getting new tire, or no, I
Was it
getting
another
an
douche?
might have been. When I was getting my oil change, one of the guys that was at the place with me, we like pulled in at the same time, and he was like, "Hey, I like your truck, man." I was like, "Sweet, thanks, dude." It felt real good.
Yeah. Like sharing compliments,
Mm.
it really does warm someone's heart. Like it changes their day.
Yeah.
Like I remember I actually shared this story on this very show. And I, didn't go into great detail about it, but this was a while back. It was back when we were still in Texas and we were still in the studio. But even a simple compliment of like someone telling me how handsome I was. It was a lady. It was these two ladies. And I mean, they were very nice looking ladies, but like they just complimented me on how handsome I was. And I was just like, thank you. Like, there's no intent for me to be like suddenly Bruce Almighty my clothes off and be like, all right, let's go. Like, no, that's not. It's more of just like a damn. Like, I appreciate that because sometimes people don't hear that. Not saying my wife doesn't tell me. She does tell me. I appreciate that. but just being able to tell somebody like just something simple like, oh, I love your hair. I actually compliment on people's hair all the time as a barber. Like I'll be like, hey, that's a nice cut, dude. Or hey, I love your hair. And ladies love that.
Yeah.
Especially if they just got their hair done. Oh boy. It's actually, as a matter of fact, I said that to a DoorDash driver who came by. It was a beautiful lady came up. She was a sweetheart. You could tell she had a heart of gold. And she came up. She gave off the vibe of like she was tired. Like it was been a hard working day. And I was like, I love your hair. This is a beautiful color. It was a beautiful like neon like hot red. Yeah, and she had it fresh braided, like you could tell they were tight. And I was like, I love your hair. And she just goes, thank you, honey. Oh my god. And I was like that you could see her day just flipped.
Yeah. That's all it takes. Something simple, but don't be creepy about it either.
Yeah. And like
you can easily get into that if you do something weird. So
yeah, but sharing a simple compliment, easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand, yes, unfortunately, there are people in the world who are like, they don't want to fucking hear you say a single word to them. There's some people who are going to be those rage baiters who are suddenly break out their phone like, oh my God, it's a creep. Like, no, just fucking don't worry about them. Those people are very far and few in between. Share a compliment, simple. Something to put a smile on someone's face. Change their fucking day.
Yeah. Turn it around.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I think it's time for us to call it a day on this one.
About that time.
It's about that time.
Yep.
So, with that said, we've told y'all multiple times. If you haven't yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go click the link in the description. Join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to it.
Like the video.
Like it.
Yep. And we'll see you Thursday.
On Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.